Hello, Mr Barton here. In this video I'm going to answer a question that I've been asked by quite a few users since the scheme of work launched, and that is it possible to build a 3-year scheme of work to prepare students from Year 9, Year 10 and Year 11 for the demands of the brand new GCSE? Well, I've great news for you. Yes, it is, and also it's pretty straightforward to do. So in this video I'm going to show you how. So the first thing you're going to need to do is just log yourself into the website, and then you're going to need to navigate to the scheme of work page. Now, I'm going to assume that you're fairly familiar with some of the skills that we've looked at in earlier videos, such as moving topic units around, changing the order, and so on. So I'm just going to give you an overview of how to build a 3-year scheme, but if you really want the kind of subtleties of how to populate it, just flick back and watch some of those videos and you'll be absolutely fine. Okay? Right, so you'll see that this particular user has got no schemes of work already built. If you already have some, perhaps you've set up a 2-year one or something like that, that's absolutely fine. You're just going to be creating a new one on top of it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click the plus button, and I'm going to choose which exam board I'm following, and I'm going to say that I'm following the Edexcel, let's say Edexcel Higher, and I'm going to want to build a 3-year scheme of work for the Edexcel Higher. So I click plus on that and click done. Now, what's going to happen here is we're going to see the 2 modules that comprise the Edexcel Higher, Year 10 Higher, Year 11 Higher, because all the exam boards have built these for diagnostic questions assuming 2-year scheme of work. But that's absolutely fine, because all we're going to do, we're going to go in here and we're going to edit it. So the first thing I always advise people to do when they go into a scheme of work is to change the title. It just stops you getting confused with what it is. So I'm going to call this 3-year scheme of work. Again, nice and original there. Now you'll see at the moment we've got 2 modules. We've got a Year 10 module, and if we scroll down here we have got a Year 11 module. But of course we want an extra module. We want a Year 9 module as well. So if you just hover over to the right, you'll see this Add Module button. If you give that a click, then if you scroll down here you'll see it's already in here. Perfect, at the bottom. Now here's my piece of advice. I would call that one at the bottom Year 11. I would then scroll up and call this middle one Year 10, and then scroll to the very top, and no prizes for guessing what's going to happen here, call this one Year 9. And then basically you're set up here. Then it's just a case of populating this scheme of work with all the topics you want. Now personally, this is just my personal preference, my advice is populate Year 11 first, because it's blank, it's ready to be populated. And the skills you need to populate it are simply being able to move topic from year to year, and we've looked at that in a previous video, being able to change the order of topics within a year, the length of topics within a year, and again we've looked at that in previous videos. So once you've got this set up like this 3-module kind of format, it's just a case of populating it. So I'm not going to go into great detail, but let's just assume that you wanted to start Year 11 off with, for example, circle geometry, and who wouldn't want to do that? So at the moment you'll see it's in the Year 10 module, but we want to say we want to put it in the Year 11 module. Now what's going to happen when I click this is it's going to take it from Year 10 and put it in Year 11, but crucially it's going to put it at week 22. It's going to match it up wherever it was previously. But that's okay, we can then move it to exactly where we want. So you can see it's disappeared from Year 10, and hopefully there it is, it's appeared in Year 11, but we just want to drag it where we want it. Now if you don't want to take it all the way up the screen, you can kind of drag it halfway, have a little rest halfway up, and then put it up in the right place in week 1, and so on. And you just build your scheme of work up from there. What you might find is if you are spreading 2 years worth of content over 3 years, that you're going to have some gaps in there. So that's absolutely fine. You've 2 options for dealing with those. One option is to make topics longer. So instead of taking 2 weeks, take 3 weeks, just drag it and make it longer. Your other option is to fill it in with blank things. Now again, we talked about this in a previous video. If you want to fill this space up, you don't want a topic there, but you just want to make sure you know that something's happening in there. Perhaps you want to put there and call it something like revision or something. Now no quizzes or anything will automatically be assigned there, but that'll just remind you that you've blocked that out for a little bit of revision, and then you kind of pick up the scheme of work filling it in with topics there. And that's all you need to do. I mean, it'll take you some time, of course it will, but once you're set up there, you've got the whole 3 years set up and ready to go. When you're ready, you just click backwards, and that'll take you back to your scheme of work page, and then you're ready to assign those to your various classes. So I click on that button there, and that's going to allow you to assign it to your Year 9 classes, and so on. Find your classes, type them in, and you're good to go. That one to your Year 10 classes, that one to your Year 11 classes. And it literally is as simple as that. Hope that was useful to you, and I'll see you for another video soon. Take care, and bye for now.